Chatty Bobby. Welcome to Wrasslin with Big E and the POT. Podcast tag champs of the whole world, slamming like a DDT. Got it like just like a figure four. Hulk Hogan, all they do is flex. Talking wrestling while they get the dough. Off the top like a superplex. Think they letting up? Hell no. Dusty Rose with the elbow. From the corner like a stinging splash straight to the face. I know you felt those. Hey, y'all crying out for help though. Rising up like the dead man. About to go upside your head like Stone Cold with the bedpan. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to Wrestling's where you need to be. Chatty Bobby, this show improved like John Cena, you ain't seeing me. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to Wrestling's where you need to be. Chatty Bobby, this show improved like John Cena, you ain't seeing me. Yeah.
Hey, it's Welcome to Wrasslin with El Potito and Big E. And we're here to bring you a special episode of Welcome to Wrasslin. What's going on, bro?
What do you say, brother?
Man.
I thought we had the yellow dog in here for a minute.
Hey, I'm a luchador tonight, bro.
Hey,
El Potito.
I tell you one thing, it sure is better looking than it usually is over there now. Hey, Happy New Year. Welcome to Wrasslin. This is the first episode of the new year, and it happens to be the birthday of Welcome to Wrasslin. This is officially our 1-year anniversary. Our first episode was January the 5th, 2025, and our 55th episode is January 5th, 2026, man. So episode 55, man, Jason Williams from White Chocolate.
Hey, I got plenty of 55. Junior Seau, Derek Brooks, the legendary Tony Rosser, the POT, and a lot more where that came from.
Right, well, we'll stop at that one. We'll let the last two cut it up. So, hey, man, we're going to get into talking about, celebrating a little bit. And, it's a special episode because we've been doing this thing for a year. We've put out, this will be our 55th episode. We haven't missed a week. We've put out a couple, different stuff at the beginning that were, less than a week coming in and out. But we haven't missed a week the whole year. It hasn't mattered whether it's 300 people watching or 15 people watching. And we're going to continue this year to do the same thing, God willing, man. So, hey, man, happy birthday to Welcome to Wrasslin. Congratulations to you, bro. On what we got going on. Congratulations to me. And the whole, we are Welcome to Wrasslin. It ain't nobody else. It ain't no editor. It ain't no filmer. It's just me and PO, man. So, hey, man, appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just excited to keep this thing going.
Appreciate you too, bro. We the tag team champions, and we got to do our inner Barry Horowitz.
Right.
Like, comment, subscribe, people, because we're going to keep coming right at you.
Absolutely. But, yeah, man, welcome to Wrasslin. We're going to do what we've been doing, seeing this football season. We're going to talk a little college football. We're down to the Final Four. Indiana and Oregon, and Ole Miss and Miami. So let's just get it out the way. I'm here for it all. We got that ass whoop. Indiana was, they was a solid team, but I didn't give them the respect they deserved going into the game. I did say they don't make a lot of mistakes, but I wasn't worried. I thought we was really I thought it was going to be a close game, but I wasn't prepared for anything that I saw Thursday night. You know me, I'm not a big excuses guy. I'm not a blame the referee guy, but it was one of the worst football games I've ever seen. As far as officiating, as far as how we played, it was some big momentum plays, man, that, and we've talked about this before. You can call holding calls every play almost, but I mean blatant it to where for instance, the one down the sideline, the long pass down the sideline, the guy that was blocking grabbed a hold of the Bama player right in front of him and kept him from making a tackle. Because he could have made the tackle. I mean, it was right in front of the referee. They didn't call it. But then again, our offense wasn't doing anything. None of those calls kept our offense from performing. Ty Simpson got hurt, went down. They brought Mack in, Austin Mack, who's been at Washington and came to Alabama with DeBoer. Would have loved to see what had happened if he would have got into a rhythm. But I mean, hell, he only had one offensive series the whole third quarter. Indiana had the ball the rest of the third quarter. The defense was exhausted. I think the defense was beat around the third quarter when they figured out it wasn't nothing going on offense. You can get a pick six here and there, but when you down, 4 possession ball game, the offense got to help you out. And the only time we did score is when Austin Mack was in there. And as an Alabama fan, I'm gonna let you chime in a minute. I ain't trying to take up the whole time on this, but just to speak my mind real quick. As an Alabama fan, I needed Ty Simpson to have a good game. And even if we didn't win the game, I needed him to have a great game. I needed him to go in the draft, you know what I'm saying, and kind of scoot out the way. You know what I mean? For the guys in waiting. And you got some real talented young men in waiting. And with Keon Russell and Austin Mack. So didn't have a good game, came out with an injury. That fumble and him taking that hit hurt us. It hurt us bad. So tough game. The only thing that helped me out that night was Georgia losing to Ole Miss. Miami showed up, showed out. Oregon did what they were supposed to do. Indiana did what they were supposed to do. And Ole Miss came around and just not taking no for an answer. Whether they got, with a new head coach. And it's not like Pete Golden hadn't been around because he's been there all season. You know what I mean? But, they really showing out for Lane over there with Lane being gone and Ole Miss. So going to be exciting. I really think, everybody wanted to see the Miami and Georgia play each other. You know what I'm saying? That would have been a crazy matchup with Carson Beck and everything. And, hey, man, what can I say? Until the end of the day, it's roll tide. Believe that. But, yeah, we got that ass whooped. Bama had one job. We couldn't get it done. And I don't know it was a rant, but but go ahead, bro. Let's hear it.
You finished?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Now, first of all, I didn't contact you during the game. I even sent Benton a text, and I just said, "Welp, that's it."
Yeah.
But now, and I know you said that y'all pretty much lost to like nothing going your way, momentum, and y'all just got y'all tails kicked. The truth. But I still kind of like how you still had tried to slick throw officiating in there when y'all got beat 38.
It was horrible.
I mean, 38 to 3 though. I mean, I get momentum and stuff, but y'all got out physical from kickoff till them kneeling the damn ball.
I'm not gonna disagree with that.
When Simpson got hit, to your point, that definitely changed the game because it's like, but really that was more of a microcosm. Like This is when you think of how that game went, you could think of that hit. Like
Yeah,
he got
yeah,
smashed, and the line of scrimmage play, which is you never thought you would hear that from an Alabama team or any SEC team in general. I mean, again, Big Ten, they known for big linemen too, but not
yeah,
I mean, Indiana is Indiana. Of course, we know it's not the same Indiana as been in years past. We talked about that, but that was a whole different. Indiana looked scary.
yeah,
They put everybody on notice. Now, that's not to say they got to play Oregon. Oregon, they beat Oregon in Oregon during the regular season. So that should be a very intriguing matchup because Oregon definitely want their revenge. And like we always said, it's hard to beat a good team twice. We saw it twice already as far as Alabama beat Oklahoma, Ole Miss beat Georgia. So
yeah.
will the
And
same happen?
Georgia beating Alabama in the SEC championship.
Right.
When we beat them earlier.
Exactly. So we'll see what happens. Now, my question is for you Roll Tiders, and I know me and you, we talked about it even in the last episode or 2 episodes ago when you went on that rant about how everybody want to fire the coach and all this other stuff.
Oh, they wanted to fire him in the second quarter.
I know
They
that.
wanted to fire him in the second quarter.
Well, they wanted to fire him 17-0 versus Oklahoma. But what I'm saying is, how do you feel about that right now?
How do I feel about what? About how it went down or
No. I mean, went down. Y'all that's football, right? Y'all
yeah,
not used to being on that side of it, but that's football.
yeah.
I'm
Now
talking about the Caleb DeBoer though. Like, do you still feel? How do you feel about that now? I mean, I know just one game, but that wasn't just one game. That
right.
was the Rose Bowl. That was just the whole. That was a big stage to look that bad and to get. I mean, y'all had the run game wasn't there, which that's been a struggle anyway. Which will help any quarterback. If your run game is not there, then it makes your offense one dimensional, right? We both know that, but it makes you wonder. It makes you wonder, like what's. It's going to be interesting off season.
All right. Well,
I wish I would have listened to Paul Feinbaum show. They probably really was going in on that show.
yeah, man. I wouldn't listen to that. I'd rather have my nuts on a hot stove for a half hour than listen to him and his stupid ass. Anyway, I'm with DeBoer. I don't think you should be fired. You're 10-2 your second year. Your
Right.
second year, you're 10-2. You go to SEC championship, you get beat, but you also make the playoffs and you get to the semis. In your second year, after coming in for Saban, let me finish.
Quarterfinals, though. That is to get right.
Quarterfinals, excuse me.
Okay.
Anyway, God. Anyway, El Petito my ass. That was POT all day right there. You might as well you can come out with your damn grade book and take the mask off next time. Anyway, second year, 10-2 regular season. Okay. Make it to the playoffs, make it to the SEC championship. You lost a lot of talent the day Saban retired.
Absolutely.
You lost Caleb Downs, who's gonna be first rounder. You know what I'm saying? Early first round coming out of Ohio State. It was huge that nobody hit the portal in the spring. Now, one player hit the portal in the spring. Now, you got a lot of guys you got about 12 guys that already hit the portal, and they're young and didn't get much time. The portal, as soon as the season's over, everybody loses players. It's just what it is. It don't matter if you're Georgia. everybody is leaving. You got a lot of guys that are going to leave. You got a lot that's going to chase the money. You got guys that are going to take a step down as far as the school they go to get some playing time and get some film. And what people don't understand is the majority of these people that are leaving the portal is because of the depth. It's not because of the team.
I agree.
It's the depth of the team, and you're not getting the time that you thought you were going to get, and that's not working out for you. You got these twos and fews that are big time ball players that might chase the money or move to a better position. You understand what I mean? A better position as far as school or whatever. You know what I mean? So, the portal is the portal until they start putting some real regulations on this NIL and this portal. This college football is like the Wild Wild West right now, if you ask me. So I'm with DeBoer, and you got to be honest about it. You got to be honest and think and really use your brain and think. Every team that's won a national championship and lost that coach, it wasn't the next coach that did it, that brought you back. It wasn't the second coach. It's usually the third or fourth coach. You look at Alabama after Bear Bryant, you had Bill Curry, you had Ray Perkins, and then Gene Stallings. Gene Stallings left. There was some bad years after he left. With Mike Dubose, with Shula, even when we won his SEC championship appearance, when we had Sean Alexander, until Saban came. And you're looking at a good 4 coaches right there. You know what I mean? So, but to have the success that he's had already, you 2-1 against Kirby Smart in 2 years. You 2-1 against Georgia. So he's got to be doing something right, because we're still going to have a strong recruiting class. We're still going to get some transfer, some guys in the portal. We're going to get some as well. It's still Alabama. And, this is, these fans don't understand that these spoiled bandwagon jumping fans, I can't stand. And it's just, it's ridiculous. I already went and ran on it before.
All right, well,
you can't even look at social media because these guys are so stupid.
Yeah.
And it's just like these. I'm not going to do it 2 weeks in a row, dog. Football season is over. Roll Tide, on to the next one. We got some guys leaving, but we got some big guys staying. I have read some stuff about Ty Simpson transferring. Looking like Oregon. So we'll see what happens. If he doesn't and he tries to come back to Alabama, I don't think he's guaranteed the starting spot. And that's just,
That's just calling it like you see it. Well, now, as far as I'm going to go all the way back, because I hear a lot of people, because of that loss, they didn't deserve to be in the playoffs. They had to win a fucking game to get to that point. So, like, I don't get people's logic. Like, I mean, even the third loss, I know we talked about this before, but that was from the conference championship game.
Right.
So, and you made a great point about the Todd Simpson, because, I know he's potentially would be drafted in the NFL draft, but the bad game will, like you said, games, yeah, but especially that one. Especially that, even though he got taken out, but like that was the huge stage. And
just real quick, talk about him all you want. Now, I'm saying it as well. Like he had a successful season. We didn't have no running game whatsoever, and still made it to the playoffs and still made it to the second round. You know what I'm saying? So, with zero running game.
I think one thing that really, and I'm not speaking for you or Benton or any of the Alabama fans I know. I'm just talking about what I'm hearing, the social media kind and the Paul Feinbaum callers and all that. They Sanity is a pupil of Nick Saban's, right? Like he's a he
He's under
was
that
on his
burn.
staff.
Yeah. He's under
So
that.
I think that really hurt because it's like, well, damn, why can't we have this guy who's more Saban like than the current guy that we have? Which that's the nature of the beast.
Right.
But now again, Indiana, I'm pulling for them. I always like Kurt Sanity. So going the rest of the way, I hope not just because of this victory. I hope they can do it. But it's Final Four. Now let me get on Georgia.
Yeah. Let me just say this real quick.
Damn, dude, you've been
real quick. Damn, my ass. Hey, let's see what happens next year when you gotta start all over.
Yeah.
As far as because your quarterback's not staying. He's going to lead. Heisman Trophy winner. Final Four. Yeah, he gone. So, and dude is good, man. Hey, he made a believer out of me.
But again, we talked about that portal.
Yeah. So we'll see.
He's gonna get another quarterback.
Yeah. We'll see. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, go ahead, George. Let's talk it. Let's talk George. Yeah.
Let me get on their ass. So now the first Ole Miss game, Georgia shouldn't have won that game, really. And they made him right. They did what they've been doing a lot of games this season. We talked about how they made good second half adjustments. They came back, persevered, and got that victory. Basically ripped the rug right from under Ole Miss in the regular season.
Right.
This game, of course, Ole Miss had a lot to play for. They very motivated, chip on their shoulder because of the Lane Kiffin situation, which is weird dynamic because his offensive staff, their current play callers and offensive coaches are going to LSU. You know what I mean? It's almost like they have a civil war. The defensive coach is going to stay with the defense coordinator, who's the head coach now.
Right. Yeah.
The offensive guys are going with Lane. So that's a crazy dynamic in itself. Now, Kirby lost that game. Now, we know just like not one play or a bad call or anything, like we know that that's momentum stuff, and you're absolutely right when you talked about that earlier. But that fourth down call when he was deep in his own territory, it's always rolling the dice when you go for it on fourth down anyway. No matter where you're at on the field, it's rolling the dice. But you have to think about, what if we don't get this? Am I putting my team in a bad situation? If you like near midfield, at least, you put your team in a bad spot, but it's like, okay, if they make a play or force them to punt or something, or be a long field goal. But when they didn't get that fourth down, Miss snapped the ball from Georgia's 27-yard line. Come on, man.
We did the same thing in the Alabama game.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Or early, and it's when you're across the 50, different story. And it was early in the game that we didn't really. It wasn't smart to go for that.
Yeah.
So, that makes me think about coaching.
Yeah.
And when I say coaching, I'm thinking of assistant coaches, because Kirby's got the head coach headset. Right. So Kirby can talk to any and everybody. Everybody else is linked to somebody. He's linked to everybody. Everybody's linked to him. So do you surround is your coaching staff a bunch of good coaches,
yes, man,
but a bunch of yes men? Do you not have nobody in there saying, come on, coach, that's risky. That's a bad idea, coach.
Right.
So that's when I say coaching, that's what I think about. Because somebody's got to be telling him, hey man, that this ain't smart. This ain't smart. You know what I mean? And still, he's still the head coach and it's his decision. You know, but do you listen to these guys or do you get mad when they speak up and then you go for it trying to prove that you know more than they do?
See, and almost goes to what we talked about last week, even though it's totally different scenario. We talked about the 2-point conversion. You got Josh Allen. You got the momentum. You know, you just came from 13-0, right? But
Right.
also in that situation, I was thinking, I know we talked about it last week, but I'm like, yeah, but you are playing at home. Yeah, you did come from high. Yes, you had momentum. Kick the extra point and take your chance with your defense who've been balling and you get the ball back with Josh. But again, that's hindsight 2020 because you would have got a 2-point conversion and won the game, then we all been like, that was a great call, So, but in this situation, like you said earlier, y'all did the same thing in Alabama game. Again, if you near midfield, even if you don't like the 45s, I get it because it's rolling the dice anyway. But dude, when you didn't get that, they snapped the ball on Georgia's 27-yard line. They was already in field goal range. They could have not ran a play and like, you know what, let's kick the field goal. That wasn't the very end of the game, but it was a crucial point in the game because Kirby panicked. He felt like a defense couldn't stop them. But why would you at least make them go 80 yards?
Right. Right. Give yourself some time to stop them.
Yeah.
Because then they right back on the field in 2 plays, they in the end zone. Or it's a field goal.
Yeah.
Come on, man. That's dangerous. Super dangerous. And Kirk, got out coached. And it doesn't happen every time. And it doesn't mean that he's not a good coach. Sometimes we as adult humans make bad decisions. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't sticking up for Kirby because I'm not, piss on anything that has to do with Georgia Bulldog football. So, won't give a piss about nothing but the Tide. But shout out Roll Tide Willie. But yeah, man, you've got it's one of those things to me. You think about coaching or you're listening to the players a little bit too much sometimes. You know what I mean? Coach, we can get it. We run this, we can get it. We run this, we can get it. And in their mind, yeah. But you're not putting in. You listen to your players, but you're not thinking about. It's another 11 guys out there that when they win this game just as bad as y'all do. They're doing everything they can to stop everything you got going on. So you just got to be smart in that. And a lot of times it's smart to either take the points or kick the ball. You know what I'm saying? Regular old football. But sometimes, and again, sometimes it works, sometimes it don't.
Sometimes it don't.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, hey, I mean, I know you got to think, like, since they've been doing some type of playoff, whether a 14 playoff or now a 12-team playoff, this is like the first time in a long time that we didn't have Alabama or Georgia team or Ohio State, which shout out to the U, Miami, for knocking off the big bad Ohio State because they sitting on, even though they lost the Big Ten championship game, they still sitting on a high horse and thinking that they just gonna run through the playoffs. And Miami came in and was more physical than they was,
right?
And really exposed some things with Ohio State. So I was really honestly happy about that. Really went for Miami, who was the underdog in that game. Shout out John Michaels, 680. I know he's a big Miami fan, and kudos to your team. So the Final Four is going to be very interesting.
Yeah.
Of course,
Isn't it crazy all the rematches that you had in the playoffs?
Yeah.
You had Ole Miss and Tulane, Ole Miss and Georgia, Alabama, Oklahoma. You about to get Indiana and Oregon again. Yeah, it's been wild, man. It's been a wild football season, and I hate this to end. I'll tell you what, they're not going to be able to go to too many more teams to get through this playoff. It's a lot of games to play.
I know.
It's a
and also, this is a crazy stat. The 2 years since they've been in 12-team playoffs, out of the 8 teams that got a bye, they went 1-7.
Mm-hmm. Indiana was on.
Indiana, the only team that won, they had a bye the past 2 years.
And who was the team they beat? Roll Tide. All right, let's get away from. Let's talk. Who you got? Who you got to win the whole thing, or who you think is going to the Natty?
I got Indiana, Miami.
Okay, we on the same page.
Yeah, and I'm rolling with Indiana.
Okay. Yeah, well, that's clearly what they want. They want that Cinderella story. Let them have it. Long as
I think Ole Miss would be a great story though, with the Kiffin thing.
Yeah, but I think they're gonna run out of gas against Miami. So, but kudos to them. You talking about the coaching staff, but shoot, half of them players are going to LSU too. Not half of them, but you know what I mean.
But a lot of them are, yeah.
Including that quarterback. So they're gonna be wearing purple and yellow next year.
Trinidad, Chambliss.
Yeah. So, yeah. Let's talk a little bit of NFL, man. Last day of the regular season, Falcons came away with a win to put Carolina in the playoffs. You got to help somebody. It's just crazy how Tampa Bay and Carolina played Saturday, but a whole nother game predicted whether them two go to the playoffs. So,
right.
Yeah, shout out to Carolina, man. I'd way rather see Bryce Young than Baker Mayfield go to playoffs. So, not a fan of Baker Mayfield at all. But yeah, man. So no more Falcon football. It's over till next year. Get Michael Penix back. Hopefully we can get a healthy Drake London for the whole season. Defense was pretty tough this year. Finally got some pass rush going on. Hey man, shout out to Myles Garrett for breaking the single season sack record.
The Falcons were second in the league in sacks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We finally got some pass rush going on. So we don't have a first round draft pick this year unless they go get one.
Right.
So this anything can happen, man. So we'll see. But playoffs.
Raheem got fired. Fired Raheem and the GM. They gone, bro.
Bro, I didn't even see that come across my phone.
Yeah, it happened. It went down. Sure did.
That's crazy to lose your quarterback and all that, and then that's wild. Rough season.
But you gotta think about it, and this is being truthful.
Yeah.
This being truthful. Penix did not play well at all.
No.
And we know Kirk Cousins is a statue back there. He's Kirk Cousins. He's not. He's Kirk Cousins.
Right.
And he's not. He's in the career Kirk Cousins at that. But he moved the ball better than Penix did the whole damn season.
Right.
Just that with Kyle Pitts.
Right.
So, but we definitely know Kirk Cousins is definitely not the answer.
Yeah, right.
We're not sure if Penix and even with Penix, I don't necessarily know what's going on. I had a conversation with my uncle about it earlier, and he's like, well, he feel like the offense coordinator like he got Penix boxed in, where it's like, well, they not using his skill set. He won't run and stuff. But my thing is, how do we know that's not they not doing that kind of offense to make Penix feel comfortable? Because
Right.
he had two knee injuries and now he got a third ACL tear. I
Yeah.
mean, he athletic and run when he want to, but he don't like to run. He's scared to run because it's probably mental. And they got him in that shotgun. I even told him earlier, I'm like, think about it. It's the same offensive coordinator calling the plays, but we know Kirk Cousins cannot. He's a statue. But they
Mm.
run plays under center with Kirk Cousins, which improves that helps the running game.
Right.
Why they wasn't doing that with Penix? Because the college quarterbacks and the systems that they've been in,
They ain't took no snaps in front of the center like that.
they doing shotgun. So I wasn't with him when he was saying, "Well, they ain't putting them in it." I'm like, well, that's what he knows.
Right.
So can't always blame it. Oh,
run the ball out the shotgun and the pistol now. That's what most people do anyway.
yeah, but it's still I think play action is better.
Yeah.
When you at least mix it up a little more, like they weren't running that at all, But again, he didn't grow up doing that, The offenses are different now, and he in shotgun the whole game, But I think that's what's comfortable. So we kind of had a agree to disagree conversation about that. But I'm like, I mean, I didn't like a lot of play calling and stuff, but I was on the tip that I was like, I don't necessarily think that it's like they putting Penix in a bad situation. I think that they trying to do what's comfortable for him, and
Right.
I mean, he's young, you know what I mean? So everybody ain't gonna be Drake May or Brock Purdy when he played early, or CJ Stroud his rookie year, Jalen Daniels his rookie year.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know Jalen Daniels didn't have he was injured, but even when he was playing, it wasn't like last year. They got that film on. CJ Stroud's second year wasn't like the rookie year, you know. So, I mean, Drake May he the one did the exact opposite, where his second year, like, oh, well, shit, he probably about to win the MVP, you know.
Right.
But that's rare.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So we'll see what happens, and now since we know there's no Raheem Morris, the GM fired, it's going to be very interesting offseason. And also, we're going to get Penix back, but when? He tore ACL. He ain't going to be back week 1.
Yeah, that's 9 months.
Yeah.
So. And the thing, like, the only way you get better is practicing in game reps, and he ain't getting them. He hurt.
Yeah.
So it's almost like, especially with ACL, it's almost like starting over.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. Well, let's talk about the last playoff spot that was available tonight.
Woo.
And that was with the Ravens and the Steelers. And I mean to tell you, that fourth quarter was something to watch. And I mean to tell you, I just hope they, everybody's keeping an eye on that kicker. You don't want him to hang himself in the locker room. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
back and forth. And Lamar just finding Zay Flowers being open and finding him on the run.
2 times.
Escaping all them. This should have been sacks. You know what I'm saying, man? Shout out to both teams, man. They was going at it. But it was just exciting to get, and it's right down to the missed the field goal but they set it up for you, buddy. Missed the extra point.
Yeah, and that's one of the best rivalries, definitely in the NFL. You talk about the different rivalries, if you Cowboys, Eagles, and Falcons, Saints. Even I know a lot of people don't respect that because it's not like both teams are always good, but we know how nasty the Falcons Saints rivalry is. But Pittsburgh, Baltimore always been with the media and with the hoopla. They always, that's the one that's why that ended up being the Sunday night game with the flex scheduling.
Yeah.
But that fourth quarter is unbelievable. There's two people. There's nobody that was happier than I say three people from the Steelers side. One, obviously, their kicker because he missed that extra point. He the one that felt like he was going to be thrown in one of them damn rivers.
Yeah.
So when Baltimore kicker missed the field goal, who's a rookie, we might add,
Mm.
the Steelers kicker was like, "Thank you, Jesus.
Oh
Thank
yeah.
you."
Right.
Now the second person is Aaron Rodgers because even after that unbelievable touchdown pass, when the defender slipped,
Mm.
in my mind, I'm like, man, that's his last throw was a touchdown pass.
Yeah.
Like we can almost guarantee he's going to retire. I mean, we
Mm.
don't know, but he's probably going to retire. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like that might have been his last throw. So he definitely had a different vibe when they interviewed him after the game. The
Yeah.
third person, DK Metcalf. Because no matter what, no matter how them games played out, even with Steelers finding offense, that man doing what he did, I know we talked about that. 2 game suspension. And if they wouldn't have made the playoffs, he
Yeah.
would have felt like that was his fault as
Yeah.
a human being. And you
Right.
can't blame him for that. You know, nobody feels worse than he does about that. Yeah, he got caught up in the thing. We talked about it. Everybody talked about it. Everybody talked about how stupid he was, or even people defending him. Whatever. But I know he would have felt like he lost and he ruined the season for them. So
Right.
now they got a clean slate and they got Houston Monday Night Football in the playoffs next week.
And he's back, right?
Yeah, he's back.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. And you would have think about, it's like the Malice and the Palace. Of course, they're not the same, but that was Reggie Miller last year.
Mm.
That was Reggie Miller last season, and they was balling. Like they could have really made a run. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And then, of course, you lost Steven Jackson, all them guys that was involved, Meta World Peace.
Artez, Jermaine O'Neal.
Yeah. So, they felt horrible about that, especially about it being Reggie last season.
Right.
You think about that. If he's got any respect for Aaron Rodgers, if they kind of built any relationship, imagine how he would feel for that.
Right.
You didn't get to make the playoffs your final season because I did something stupid. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So like I said, they all got a clean slate now. So, but yeah. So hey, man, let's talk some wrestling, and that's what we're here for. It's Welcome to Wrasslin, man. 1 year anniversary, birthday, whatever you want to call it. Happy birthday to Welcome to Wrasslin, man. We 1 year old. 1 year old today, man. Happy New Year and happy birthday. Bro, let me ask you this, man. As far as like, what's been the funnest part about doing this to you? And just tell me, like, do you look forward? You know what I'm saying? I know we look forward to it, but like, what goes through your mind when we're recording, and how's it got different since we've been doing it for a year now?
Well, one thing I can say, and of course, even when we started this journey, our first episode wasn't really our first episode, right?
Right.
We probably was about 10 to 15 deep before we even put one out.
Well, it might be more than that.
Yeah, we did a lot. Even some topics that we need to go back and archive and circle back around.
Right.
But the difference between then and now is crazy. Even like with the flow. I mean, I know we do a lot of freelancing and we go here and there or whatever. But one thing I can say, we have a better outline of what we're gonna talk about as far as keeping some type of some type of pace and continuity,
Right.
of what we're talking about. And we seen the numbers fluctuate. Of course, at first, we had a lot of viewers, and then it went down. And we got some loyal folks like a Max Clawfilter, Keith Dollar, and others. And shout out to everybody who subscribed and who really do listen to this stuff and really enjoy our interaction and what we talked about. But it's just been fun, even just growing with you in this journey. And we both love this business like no other.
Right.
And, with me, it just comes full circle because I even talked about when I got started, I had to work to be a wrestling fan. Like, I couldn't, if it was on TV growing up, like they could not even be paying attention to the TV. If they heard a mat and somebody getting slammed on it, they were changing the channel. Like, like they might not even been paying attention to TV.
Right.
But if they heard an elbow drop, they were like, "Oh hell no!" I'm like, "Damn! Like you wasn't even watching that."
Right. You watching that damn wrestling again.
Yeah, so it was just, and then even our close friends, even back when we was in high school, court, that was the Monday Night Wars and all that. So we had more people that watched it casually, but they got off of it quick.
Yeah.
Like we stayed through the grind.
Yeah.
Me and you.
Yep. That's for sure.
And we even talked about this in back in 2011. You remember you found that notebook and talked about how we wanted to start a radio show and all this other stuff?
Yeah, it was Blog Talk Radio. That's what. Yeah, and it didn't cost hardly nothing, and we were talking about it, but just like I was working a nighttime job, you worked during the day, and then it just never amounted to nothing. So, and then kids come and this and that.
Life.
Yeah, and it still is. It's hard. It's this is almost like a second job. You know what I'm saying? To a certain extent, for me, because this stuff that we're always trying to work on something all week long. At least once or twice a day, I'm doing something that has to do with the podcast, and that might not even be talking to you about it. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to get folks here. We're trying to network here.
I mean, think about it. Like I'm riding Ubers. I'm conversating with people, and I'm passing out cards and talking about wrestling, and I mean, it's like an everyday thing,
right?
Really,
right.
And
it's still like I got 2 kids. We got baseball season coming back up, all that stuff. But it's like a job, but it's like I look forward to it. I can't wait.
No doubt.
I'm saying for one, we get to talk wrestling, and that's one thing that we always did once, twice a week. Anyway,
right? Yeah.
I mean, and now the only thing messed up is now we got to save it, so we really don't talk right after the pay-per-views and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And but that's the only difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's just, I do think we have a better flow now. I've been concentrating more on making like an outline every time we get started. We both know what we're going to talk about, and we'll get better at that too. I just think like I'm so proud of us for doing it the right way and not just rushing into it. And then because if we would have rushed into it, we probably would have wouldn't have made it. You know what I mean?
Right.
We waited till the intro got done. We waited to put everything, you know what I'm saying? We kept practicing and just recording shit.
I mean, even the logo was a process. You know what I mean? Think of the first ones we went through and working with Benton on that. And
Yeah.
I mean, even just the backstory and how we finally got the logo created, which I don't want to go down that road because it was a
Right.
sad occasion. But like, even how that happened, it was a blessing from God, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right about that. So, and then he, really went in with it, and it wasn't a problem with Chad Arms knocking the song out, getting the video done by Squint 615. It was like, what I'm saying? Okay, here you go, and it was done. And not everybody loves if you ain't watched the show, they don't watch the intro. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody that watches or I show it to, who did that song? Where the song come from? This, and this. And so it's
Right.
real catchy. And, I don't know how long we get big time, we'll get another one done. You know what I mean? So, and switch it up a little bit. But yeah, I love it, man. I just, at first it was nerve wracking a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And then you start cause like I told you before, I don't watch them. I've watched two maybe because I edit them. I do that.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's but I never watched the finished product.
That's almost like cooking on the barbecue grill, and you kind of like eating sort of when you cooking, and then by the time you done cooking all the meat, like you really don't get no big plate.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
done.
yeah.
So, and then I don't want to see myself look bad.
Well, I will say this: I do watch them.
Yeah.
And I think part of that, and like even with officiating football, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like watch film a whole lot because I know I'm not gonna say it's a waste of time because it's good to see yourself. Because
It's boring.
when you do watch film, you be like, damn, I didn't know I moved like that, good or bad, right? But it's
Right.
time consuming. It's time, like
Yeah.
you said, we talk about your life and you working a job and you got kids or whatever. When I was doing football, well, I wasn't really looking at the damn film a whole lot unless the
Yeah.
play happened and it's like, hey, you need to go look at this play or whatever, and you have to find it. You have to find it and look at yourself and look and see what happened and try to make it a learning experience.
Right.
But I will say I do watch our episodes, and that's because I wanted to see where we can improve, especially myself. We are our worst critics, you know what I mean, as individuals. And I saw some things, especially the early episodes that I was doing as far as speech or
Yeah.
even my body language, and I mean it's still a work in progress. I'm still trying to master that, but I will say watching the episodes really helped me as far as getting better with my body language and my speech and my dialogue. And also, I laugh at some of the stuff. Cause I'm like, damn, I forgot we talked about that, or yeah, that was very interesting. So I mean, so I do watch them. I
Yeah.
mean, at least one time. Like I don't, but we have so many episodes now. It's like, I mean, I know we just at 55. Well, really total, and that's including the Married to Football Legends and the bonus episodes. We got 60 something episodes.
Right. Right.
But as far as what we counted our weekly Welcome to Wrestling, we had 55, which is amazing in itself. And that's such a special number, obviously, because that's the football number for me. And it's 5-5, and it's our 1 year anniversary on January 5th, which is Tuesday, but that's our 1 year anniversary. So
no, it's Monday. It's Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Monday.
Yeah, Monday, day 4th.
Yeah. So when the first one came out on January 5th last year. So it's like, what I'm saying? It worked out perfect. January 5th fell on Monday. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, like I say, it's been a journey, and it's saying it's only just starting. You know what I mean? We got a long way to go, dog. Long way to go, but it's gonna be hell of a fun ride doing it, I believe. Especially with some stuff we got going on. Uh, Making some small connections, gonna turn into some big connections. Made a connection today as far as a guest I ain't even told you about. But and it's like off the wall, but I'll tell you about it when we quit rolling. But yeah, man, we just we got some big things happening. Big things are happening for us. They ain't came at yet, but they happening. Everything. The wheels are turning, and we in motion. And I'm super excited. You know what I'm saying? It's fun to we're gonna have these. We already know we got a couple of favors that we're gonna call in, and finally, because we do have some people that we associate with that are in the business, and we try not to really, hey, but it's time to call in the favor. You know what I'm saying? And time to really get rolling with the guests and stuff because we love covering everything, but we want to have some more guests on. So that's going to be a big part of 2026 for us. And I want us to get to some more shows and kind of have footage from these shows to show on the show when we go as far as the indie shows and stuff like that. Hopefully like Friday, what we got planned for Friday, hopefully, we can have some footage for that, put on the show. So we got a lot of extra things that we want to do. And first of all, we just want to thank everybody that watches, everybody that's subscribed, everybody that's took a peek and never came back. We appreciate everybody, but hey man, keep liking, keep commenting, keep subscribing and don't stop. And if you watch it and ain't subscribed, man, take the 2 seconds to hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button so we can get into that upper echelon. You know what I mean? But hey, we do need to talk a little bit of wrestling just for 1 second before we pull up on out of here. Randy Orton made his return on SmackDown and let it be known why he's back. And I think that's really got WrestleMania written all over it. I think personally they're going to do something different. But as far as them together, doing the matches, I think it's going to happen. But I think it's not going to be what everybody thinks it's going to be. But the 3 stages of hell with Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes is going to be ridiculous. I think they're going to show the fuck out. I think they're going to show out, man, and really kill it. I'm looking forward to that. New Japan did the Wrestle Kingdom 20, and I believe Tanahashi retired.
Oh yeah, Hiroshi Tanahashi. Yeah, I was going to bring that up.
Yeah.
He's like their John Cena.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's funny how it worked out that way. Got to retire at the biggest show that they have. In front of 60-something thousand people, I'm sure. I think it was more.
Okada, and he fought Okada.
Yeah.
Which was one of his biggest rivals.
Right. A lot of the AEW guys was there. Kenny Omega was there. Great Muta was there. So, yeah, man, Wrestle Kingdom's a big deal, dog. That's a big deal, but that's definitely, like you say, that's like their John Cena. So he's a legend, man. So, hey, man, shout out to you. Appreciate everything because he don't put on some bro. They don't put on some shows. You know what I'm saying? So, man, shout out to you for real, Tanahashi, man. Taking retirement, man. Enjoy yourself. And it's good for them guys, man, that can go out on their own terms and not be all jacked up and you know what I mean? So,
like Randy the Ram.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough this year, man. With it being AJ's last year, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That to me, that's in my that's bigger than John Cena. To me, you know what I mean? Not knowing he ain't gonna wrestle no more, cause he gonna do the same thing. He ain't gonna just come back, so I hope hopefully get to see him and CM Punk and maybe a couple other have a couple other good, not even matches, but good, stories. You know what I'm saying? And really get him involved. I don't see him getting a world title or nothing like that, but just see where it goes.
I ain't what you said last week.
I mean, I don't see.
Last week he was gonna win the Rumble and all this other shit.
Well, that's what I think they should do, but I ain't saying that's what's gonna happen. Yeah. I think it would be a great story. Let that motherfucker win the Rumble. You know what I'm saying? But I don't see him getting a title. But in my eyes, he gets it. You know what I mean? So let me book it, but hey,
we need to
right now
talk about. We need to talk about. So what?
I said I'll take WWE to the ceiling and beyond. They make me head booker. Well, Cody will be a jobber. No,
that might go viral. And the Cody crybabies.
Hey,
Dave McGregor gonna be mad at you.
Y'all be boring as hell, bro. You bring them jobbers back. Have match promo.
It'd be squash matches.
Yeah, no offense in. They just strictly bumping.
Hey, we gotta talk about Dom's injury.
Yeah. That's huge. That's a blow right there.
Yeah.
Have they said like how long he's gonna be out?
No.
So he's on a roll, dog. That's part of it, dude. That's part of it.
Yeah.
Man, it's no off season. Ain't no regular season over, and your regular season is when you get hurt. You know what I'm saying? That's your off season.
And that affects two promotions. Of course, the main WWE roster.
And the AAA.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, so hopefully, hey man, prayers out to him, man. Get quick recovery. Ciampa, his contract's about to be up, man. It look like he ain't re-signing.
Yeah, well, and I think they hit their peak and how they're going to use them. They use them multiple times, and they just, and he's a very skillful performer. Doesn't have the biggest personality. Can be a good heel though. I just how it is WWE, and maybe it'll be better suited for AEW. But who's to say they use him right? However, his style and I could see him fitting right in over there. But at the same time, I think he'll just be another guy over there too, though. Let me ask you, lost in the shuffle.
Let me ask you something. Do you think? And we don't know what they do. We don't know what they think. I'm just asking you. Do you think they ever go to these guys that they're about to cut and say, "Hey, what if we sent you back down to NXT for a little while? Let's try something different because we done tried this, and this, and it ain't working up here." Do you think they ever try to do that? Make them take like a pay cut before they cut them or release them?
I'm sure they. I mean, again, we don't know, but I mean, because we've seen them do that before. I mean, I don't know about the pay cut, but
that's what I'm asking. Like, if we finna release you, I'm wondering, do they ever give anybody that opportunity?
Oh, an ultimatum, like, we can send you back to NXT or else, and they'll be like, you know what, I've been there, done that. I don't want to do that no more. Just release me, let me go.
Yeah,
we don't know. I'm sure, and it probably a case by case scenario. Because
if you was on the main roster And would you look at that like as a major demotion to get sent back down there? Because that's
And
like
again,
that'd be like getting
probably,
sent into the minors.
yeah. I mean, and you dealing with egos and all kinds of stuff, and again, it depends on who it is.
Yeah,
Going to a Champa, I mean, and again, we don't know these people. Maybe he's like, man, I'm not about to do that.
right.
You know, but at the same time, 2 years ago when they did that to Finn Balor, and again, we don't know if he got a pay cut or anything, but it was like he needed to change anyway.
Right.
Like, you know what? I'll go back down there and
Reinvent myself.
rebrand myself, reinvent myself and another, but then maybe you get somebody like Dijak. That was Dijak when he was the T-bar and all the other crap they had going on. And they moved him down NXT when he became Dijak, which actually was a successful character for him. No, he wasn't the champion, but he got a push and was in some good battles with over Femi when he was coming up and was really in his bag. And then they just released him. Like they never brought him up to the main roster as Dijak. And it makes you wonder, like, well, maybe they felt like he hit his peak or think about Baron Corbin.
Mm-hmm.
They put many gimmicks on him. And he went down NXT and teamed with Braun Breaker, and they was the tag team champions. And of course, we knew Braun wasn't gonna be there too much longer. He came to the main roster, and Baron Corbin, they were like, you know what?
Yeah, peace and hair grease.
yeah. So who knows, man?
So your boy Matt Cardona's back, and he's going as Matt Cardona.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah, and that was the first 3-hour SmackDown. SmackDown's gonna be 3 hours now.
Damn.
So that was the first one. So
Trick Williams debut.
Yeah. So him and Lash Legend are both on SmackDown.
Right.
Yeah, because that's his fiance. So I guess that's good for them. Can you imagine working with your wife? I guess it's different. They travel and they ain't never at home. You know what I'm saying? So I guess it's different. And it's crazy how that used to be frowned upon. And now everybody does it. All the wrestlers just marrying each other.
I guess it makes it easier for them because they already know what goes on the road,
right?
And with their peers, and with them being on the same show, it's not like because now they got these tour buses and stuff, So it's like like Seth and Becky, and I mean, and there's other examples, but it probably makes it easier for them as a married couple, especially being on the same show when we're traveling together.
Yeah.
Bianca and can't think of his name. You know what I'm talking about.
Montez Ford,
yeah. So but I would say this about Trick Williams real quick. When his theme song come on, it's catchy as fuck. Like everybody, what's that trick?
Right.
Where if he a heel, a face, NXT, Raw, SmackDown, Royal Rumble, when that and that beat drop, what's that trick? Like the whole that shit, it just catchy, man. That shit hit. And they don't have Booker T on commentator.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's right now. Where we at? You know them ad libs, you know what I mean? So
man, yeah, man. Hey, we've said it before and we're gonna say it again because it's getting closer. It's about to get real exciting. Royal Rumble's coming up less than 30 days. We got 26 days to the Royal Rumble. Looking for some major returns, get some questions answered, and you'll definitely have your two main events. You'll know who's going to be your main events for WrestleMania. So or you think you know. So we gonna see.
Well,
And then of course you got the one main event, and then you'll have the elimination chamber.
for the second one.
Right.
What are your thoughts on the championship match tomorrow night?
With CM Punk and Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I don't see CM Punk losing that fast. I don't see him losing that quick. Not the. It's just too much. They got the division has too many. You'll have to get the Usos involved. There's gonna be something crazy gonna happen, but CM Punk gonna retain the title. But I think it's gonna be a huge show, because it's also their 1 year anniversary.
Yep.
You know what I mean? On Netflix. So they're gonna show out, the stars are gonna be out. But I don't know, man. I love Braun Breaker more and more and more. And the more the taking the straps off and then getting mad and putting them back on just so you can take them off harder. He's so good, bro. He's so good. And now the mocking stuff that he does in the ring and everything, man, he just and so what, man? So what if he's Rick Steiner's son, man? This dude is a superstar. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it's both of them in it. It's both of them.
Yeah. Cause I see all the Scott. Like I see Big Papa Pump.
Yeah.
You know, not with the the Billy Graham look, but
Right.
just his aggressive, how he talk. Man, like you said, it's both of them, man. It's like they got married and had a child. I mean, no funny stuff, no homo or nothing, but
Yeah.
I'm just talking about I'm talking about like if it was like that movie Weird Science.
Yeah.
And they were like, we in the laboratory, we get like built the ultimate wrestler.
Right.
It was like, we take the daddy and the uncle, the best traits from both of them, and come out with Braun Breaker.
Right.
Yeah,
I want to see him and Brock Lesnar go at it.
Yeah.
Man. Bro, yeah, he's a beast, man. Like you say, they made him in a lab somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But what do you think is gonna happen?
I'm with you. I don't see Punk losing. Of course, we know it's gonna be shenanigans.
Yeah.
And I'm just curious to see how that's gonna play out. And like you said, with it being the anniversary of Raw on Netflix at the Barclays, it's definitely gonna be a huge show. And we saw how they went ham on SmackDown.
Yeah.
With returns and all that other kind of stuff. It was almost like a Raw or something after WrestleMania. You know how or at least that's how they promote it. Even though the Raw that the WrestleMania past few years ain't really been. If you really think about it, they ain't really been how we think they're gonna be. Right. But normally it'd be like, oh shit,
WrestleMania is just exciting as WrestleMania almost.
Yeah. But SmackDown started out with a bang. Like, okay, it's the first SmackDown of the year. They say went 3 hours. So I don't see Raw planning on going out there and letting SmackDown outdo them.
No.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, man. So we gonna see. Yeah. So look, we got the Rumble coming up. We got the 1 year anniversary tomorrow, so we'll talk about that next week with Netflix, and we'll be finding out who's going to the Natty next week, and we'll see what's going on with the wild cards.
Right.
Yeah. So, and it'll always be some wrestling. Welcome to wrestling.
Shout out Jay Evans for the mask. I've been holding on to this for a while. He actually got this from a uh, real event in Mexico. He went to a luchador event. So shout out to Jay Evans, and the birth of El Potito. This is not the last time you see El Potito, but I had to start the year out with a bang. So welcome to Wrasslin.
Hey, welcome to Wrasslin. Hey, appreciate everybody. Happy birthday to Welcome to Wrasslin. We love y'all. Yeah, man, it's just the beginning. It's Welcome to Wrasslin.
Welcome to Wrasslin, Chetty Bobby. Welcome to Wrasslin with Big E and the POT. Podcast tag champs of the whole world, slamming like a DDT. Got it just like a figure four. Hulk Hogan, all they do is flex. Talking wrestling while they get the dough. Off the top like a superplex. Think they letting up? Hell no. Dusty Rose with the elbow. From the corner like a stinging splash. Straight to the face, I know you felt those. Hey, y'all crying out for help though. Rising up like the dead man. About to go upside your head like Stone Cold with the bedpan. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to Wrestling's where you need to be. Chetty Bobby, this show improved like John Cena, you ain't seeing me. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to Wrestling's where you need to be. Chetty Bobby, this show improved like John Cena, you ain't seeing me. Yeah.